All right, y'all, welcome back to the Huckberry Gear Lab. So this edition of Ask Huckberry, we're talking spring. More specifically, we're talking spring transition, our wardrobe transitions, transitional pieces. And as always, it's all about answering your questions. We sent out the back call. We asked, what things do you want to know? What recommendations do you need? You're thinking about a little more color. You're thinking about a little bit more comfort. Getting into some of the products, some of those key spring styles. What's a spring trend that we are excited about? And that one's really easy for me, and it's pretty easy for Huckberry, and that is the knit polo. You think about the polo shirt, it's a classic, right? Last year, got my first knit polo. I am sold, and I'll tell you why. It's still that classic silhouette, but what I love about this spring trend, if you will, is the fun iterations of that. It brings like a fresh perspective without being a complete 180 from what you're typically comfortable with. We've got a bunch of knit polos on the site right now. Here are sort of my three. You can see the texture, but it just brings another level of visual interest. It adds a little more pop. And then you talk about the comfort, what I love. When I first heard knit polo, I'm like, that's a sweater and a polo, isn't that gonna be hot? It's actually the opposite. It's a little more breathable, especially with the weaves that you see here. You get a little more airflow. I love the style. This is a 316 polo. You can see sort of the marled look. It doesn't have the button. It's a little more of like a sweater crop. This thing's awesome with a pair of jeans. It also looks really good underneath a blazer. You go over to this Flint and Tinder style, little more of like the true classic. When you think of bullseye sweater sort of silhouette, you got the 3 buttons, you got the pocket. I love the texture, if you can feel how soft this is. It's got a little bit of that looser weave, so it's great for warmer months. So this third one is from Wellen. This is the crochet knit, and it's got, again, similar to that 316, it's got the Johnny collar sort of V-neck, so no buttons, a little more open. Because of that crochet knit, this is definitely the most breathable of the 3. This looks awesome with a pair of chinos and loafers going to the office. This is something I'm wearing with shorts, wearing by the pool. So all of these share that same sort of foundation, texture, breathability, and just a little bit more personality. Another question we got specifically from one of you guys, what colors, shades of pants and denim are we getting into this summer, spring? And so for me, is more of the lighter off-white type pants. Now, if you'd told me 3 years ago that I'm gonna be wearing white jeans, I'd tell you hell no. Fast forward to today, a couple of my favorite pieces that I'm wearing right now and will be wearing in the spring. We've got an amazing pair of all-American denim from Flint and Tinder. It's sort of off-white, it's sort of workwear meets a little more like spring elevated jean. Our 365 program, we've got this amazing off-white linen pant. Talk about like breezy, something that can transition into summer. But these are pants that I'm grabbing because of the color, because of the weight, because of how you can wear them. We don't necessarily care about like trendy short-term things, but when I say trend, I'm thinking about like fresh interpretations of things that are still classic, that are still gonna be relevant years down the line. Another great question, what are some transitional pieces, particularly from like a long sleeve perspective, that can work in an office, that obviously look great with a pair of jeans and your sort of your standard uniform, but also look really good, again, when you're pairing them with a pair of shorts. And for me, something that's incredibly essential, and it's part of my wardrobe year round, but becomes incredibly versatile this time of year, a chore coat. Chore coat to me is one of the essential pieces to any guy's wardrobe, particularly when we're thinking spring. They're casual, but they're a little bit more put together. They're typically a little bit lighter weight, and you'll see some really cool fabrications in our spring collection, both in color palette, but also the fabrics. So this is one of my favorite chore coats on the site right now. This is the Wellen garment dyed chore coat. You can really see the sort of soft wash first and foremost. It feels more lived in. It's got a really nice color without being too bold, a little bit more workwear inspired. Still, again, chore coats are meant to be a little bit more wearable and a little more casual. Another really essential transitional long sleeve, sweaters, right? And sweaters are foundational broadly to every guy's wardrobe, but what's the spring iteration? Talk about a couple of my favorites. I'm obviously rocking one right now. I love a cardigan. I'm going full grandpa core, whatever you want to call it. This is a 316 sweater that we just launched, and so I love the style. It's got this sort of looser knit. The airflow, again, is amazing. And it's a really subtle spring color. This is like a sea foam green. Another sweater that I have recently added to my rotation This is the Wellen Wave Knit sweater. This was made for spring. The team at Wellen designed this for this very transitional season. This is not a heavy sweater that you're wearing in the winter and in the fall. This has got a great weight. It's got a great color palette. There's a few different colors in this sweater. And then it's got this cool texture, bringing a little bit more personality, a little more levity to your spring wardrobe. Growing up in New England, I know I talk about that a lot, but I'm very proud to be from Maine. We always referred to this time of year as like sweater and short seasons. And you think about like some of the iconic photos of Paul Newman on a sailboat and he's rocking 5-inch chino shorts and boat shoes and he's wearing an awesome sweater. That's a vibe, right? A really good lightweight sweater is bullseye. All right, next question. We just went from long sleeves. Let's talk about shorts. I'm going to simplify all of our closets and I'm gonna give you my 3 picks that are gonna make up probably 90% of my short wearing this season. Things that play very specifically and where you need them, but can flex into other places. So we've got our best-selling 365 short. Cut like a jean, looks like a chino, stretches like a performance pant. This is your everyday, this is your workhorse, this is your smart casual. Every guy needs some version of this short in their closet. Then you've got the Proof Equator Hybrid short. This is my adventure short. This short has got an amazing performance fabric. It's DWR, it's got a ton of stretch, but still stays fitted, it doesn't bag out. It's got really smart zippers to hide your valuables. I very recently, and our head designer of Proof, who made these shorts, Sunny, put to the test in Tasmania, and we were jumping in a lake, hiking mountains. We went on trail runs with this because we packed really light. So this is that true adventure hybrid short. And again, talking about versatility, this looks awesome with a polo, with a button down, even with a pair of loafers. So it looks similar to the 365, but the fabric and the performance has a whole different focus and intention behind it. Whew, out of breath. And then the third, this is a bestseller here on Huckberry, and for very good reason. This is our performance lined swim shorts, but it's really the sort of fabric and even this liner that differentiates this short. And this liner, it's incredibly soft. It's got a very subtle mesh, so it's very breathable. It's got a phone pocket. This is the same lining that's used in performance cycling kits. It's got a bunch of different great colors and patterns when you want to have that sort of fun pop that a swimsuit often has. But then we've got some solids. This is a short that, again, maybe isn't your go-to workout short, but if you're on a beach vacation or you're going to a hike to find a lake, this short works as a performance short, but it's built for the water. So 80–90% of my summer I can cover with these 3 shorts. All right, next question. The Swiss Army knife of a shoe that you can hike, work out, and city explore in. The best sneaker to wear with shorts. And then the go-to spring casual shoe that you can also dress up. So I'm gonna answer all 3 of these and then I'm gonna give you a couple bonus shoes as well. So zooming back out, similar sort of ethos to shorts. What are the things that I'm gonna be doing? What do I need to fit into that at any given time? And this is now the spring lens. Getting into the specifics, some of my picks, one of your questions, sort of tying that all back into these picks, like what's a really versatile shoe that does look good, you can wear it every day, you can do city exploring, you can go on a run, you can find a trail. And I love, and something that we've got an amazing assortment, is sort of these trail specific shoes, but of that hybrid nature. So this is my pick this season. This is the Norda 002. I've been very vocal in other gear labs about my love for Norda. I think they're doing amazing things in the trail running space. So it's a slight iteration of the 001. It's still got that Dyneema base, the same things that you love about Norda. Indestructible, incredibly well built. But some other highlights within the assortment, we've got the Salomon XD6. Needs no introduction. I know it is the style shoe of the last 2 years, but again, foundationally, this was made to be a performance trail runner. But these things look awesome. They're incredibly comfortable, great for city exploration. And then Hoka has got a couple amazing styles of that sort of trail hybrid sort of run confluence. This is the Mafate style. I love this. Again, similar sort of ethos here, built for a trail, but with a really cool style that can be worn every day. Any one of these would be one of my picks. It all comes down to personal preference. So next in the shoe closet, shifting gears to something that's a little more like the elevated classic sneaker, something that looks great with shorts, but also something that, especially in our more sort of casual work environments, things that, I don't want to say you can dress up, but certainly don't look out of place if you're wearing them into an office with the right outfit. My particular pick this season, thinking about some of the things that I love, going back to like the retro nostalgia, this new Luca Runner, I love this style. These are made in Portugal. You can see like a really fun monochromatic gray that goes with everything. These look awesome with a pair of chinos and a button down, but these look killer with a pair of shorts. Coming down to the other end of the spectrum, like Vans needs no introduction. Like when in doubt, buy a pair of Vans. Like these are your beaters for the summer. This style is the most quintessential when you think about sneakers and shorts. We got a couple really great colors. Another iteration of that sort of like classic low, maybe a little more elevated. Again, you think about that like dress up, dress down spectrum. And we've got these new great Luca styles. This is Luca, both made in Portugal. Incredibly comfortable. We've got a couple different colorways here. This particular suede, there's a lighter suede. They look awesome with jeans, they look awesome with chinos, but again, perfect for shorts. Getting a little sportier, sort of in between this like retro runner here, like the classic runner. We got an amazing collection of New Balances. This is the 1906R runner. Got a little bit more of a personality, a little more like sportswear vibe. We got some made in USA classic styles. Call it a dad shoe, I embrace the hell out of it. Next on the list, going through our shoe closet, coming back to one of your specific questions, a really good, smart, casual shoe that you can dress up, but very wearable in a variety of places. A really good loafer. My pick every season, and for many of you, for very good reason, the Astroflex Patnoflex. This shoe is incredibly versatile. I've worn these to many weddings. The more that you wear these and beat them up, they look awesome with a pair of jeans. These also look really good with a pair of chino shorts. We've got a couple other amazing brands on the site. This is sort of a classic penny loafer, but with a really fun crepe sole. This is from Sanders. We've got an amazing collection of Sanders loafers in a variety of colors. And then this is a new brand to Huckberry. Forgive me, I didn't take French. My pronunciation may be terrible, but Jacques Soliver, or Jacques Soliver. It's a new brand on Huckberry. I love these shoes. These are a little bold. I don't want to call them loud, but like the color, the texture, these are going to be my flex wedding shoes. What these all represent, they are double duty loafers. Spring, summer essential. All right, last on our list of the footwear essentials for spring going into summer, I'm gonna dip my toes into a little bit more of a sandal sort of slide, but I'm not gonna go like full sandal yet. Think about it sort of two lenses. Things that look really good still with a pair of pants when you need them, but also shorts. Classic Birkenstocks, obviously. These are the Danner Huckberry collabs that we sold out of last year and we're bringing back this year. These were, in addition to my Nordas, the only other piece of footwear I brought on my Tasmania shoot. This is perfect for getting out of a wet and muddy trail and sliding these things on. These are great around water. They're just super comfortable and you don't have to worry about anything with the construction, the sole, the EVA. So this new style, new to Huckberry, new to my closet, this is the Birkenstock Atacama. I love this. You can obviously tell it's a Birkenstock. It's based off that iconic Arizona slide silhouette. Waterproof. It's got this more rugged tread sole. Still incredibly comfortable, which you come to expect from a Birkenstock. These are some of my spring transitional sandals, slip-on styles for right now. All right, so you got your shoe closet for spring, summer. Let's get into one of my favorite parts, the rapid fire. Put me to the test. I was a 7-inch, now I'm a 5-inch. I'm fully embraced the 5-inch. Show a little leg, show a little thigh. I still have plenty of 7-inch, but 5-inch all day. Whenever I'm feeling jet lagged, I always like to go for a run. I like to sweat, resets my clock, make sure that I stay awake. Tim Tams and meat pies for sure. I was called out in our recent 72-hour episode that I was eating a meat pie with a fork, and typically I'm the one that, my wife's always yelling at me because I just eat with my hands, and for whatever reason I decided to be more refined in that moment, but thank you for calling me out, and I will fully embrace meat pie hand only next time I'm in Tasmania. Watch Dirt Japan. It's incredibly hard to capture everything Japan has to offer, even in 2 30-minute episodes of an incredible story. The neighborhood we stayed in, if you want something very specific, like Shibuya, very central, very easy to get around, walk to a variety of places. Do your research and find the vintage shops. Whoever told you that, like, false. Again, style is completely subjective. I still wear slim fit pants. Like, just because things are getting looser, which I'm embracing in certain places, like a good pair of fitted pants is never gonna go out of style, so. You got slim fit pants, like rock them. Oh, it's a great question, and I know who that came from. Look, again, there is no judgment here, and I get like styles whatever the hell you want it to be. My rule is you gotta be within 50 yards of water to be wearing flip flops. That's it. That's just me. I have ugly toes too, so that's part of that. I don't wear denim on denim. That's actually a question that I have had myself. I can't answer that question, but the beauty of being at Huckberry, I know someone who can. Hey, Nick, can you come back to the Gear Lab real quick? There he is. Nick Kemp, everyone. Design director, Flint and Tinder, denim head. Denim on denim. Mm-hmm. How do you pull it off?
I think most easy is lighter on top, darker on bottom. If you're really feeling your oats, you could definitely go same color, denim on denim, but you definitely like have to come with a swagger on that side of the
So
trench.
if you are doing the two similar colors, what would you complement that with to maybe diffuse the heat that you're putting out with denim on denim? Like,
Definitely a good hat,
Good hat.
belt, good accessories to really break it up a little bit for sure.
and like a white tee, like also like
Yeah,
complement it with
absolutely.
something a little more like basic.
Yep, definitely. Again, just kind of break up that full denim look for sure.
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong with the light denim shirt, dark pair of jeans, super classic.
Yeah. Own it. You heard it here. Thank you,
Do
Nick.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Saved my ass. All right, that's it. But as always, Ask Huckberry for you guys. You brought the questions. Hopefully I helped out in some capacity, but if I didn't, ask additional questions that you've got in the comments, hit us up. It's all about helping you guys figure out what you need this season. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the questions, and we will see you next time.